For more tips for your trips, please like and subscribe.
Doing today? Oh, I know you can do better than that. I said, how is everyone doing today? Awesome. Yes, yes. Now with that energy, I am now ready to show you how to draw one of our awesome Disney characters. My name is Fidel, if you didn't hear that already, and I'm one of the Disney artists here. His name is Dippy Dog. Wait, I think he's known by a better name. There you go, we're gonna draw Goofy lightly. What happens is if you draw too dark, you really can't go back and fix some of those little mistakes. So if you draw lightly at first, enough where you can see it just for yourself, right, for reference, then we can darken those lines when we are more confident and we know that that's actually the line we wanted to draw anyway, okay? So draw lightly, draw sketchy, draw loose, have fun, let's do it. So, when it comes to Goofy, I don't know if you remember, but there was a lot of Goofy cartoons where he was playing sports, right? Yeah, that's really, I'm not the biggest sports fan, but Goofy sports cartoons, okay, that got me into sports because like they're hilarious. They're some of the funniest Disney shorts. So having that in mind, let's talk about the shapes we need to create to draw Goofy. So he has a big hat, so we're gonna need some space at the top of that paper for the hat. So just think about that, okay? Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna start with a circle, lightly at first. Do the motion of a circle using your hand and your wrist, and when you feel comfortable that you got it, go ahead and draw that circle. The smallest baseball in the world. Okay, perfect. The next step, we're gonna go ahead and create a guideline. Now this is super like a guideline. This is only gonna help us, like it says, as a guide. So it's gonna cut that circle right in half and keep going all the way down. And this can be a very light line, but let's make sure we center it right down the middle. Like so. Now the next shape we're gonna create is gonna be an oval shape. Now this oval shape, or football, it's gonna be very much a guideline. Like this one is not gonna help us too much other than to know where the placement of Goofy's mouth is going to be. So draw it lightly, and this one's gonna overlap ever so slightly with that first circle. So we're gonna go here, make the motion of what that oval shape will be, and when you feel a little more confident, go ahead and draw it. The good thing with Goofy is if he looks a little bit off, he's Goofy. It can look Goofy. Right underneath that oval shape, we're gonna do another circle. That oval shape, a little golf ball. So right here, where these two meet, we're gonna create another line, more of a guideline, just to kind of like see where things should go. And right where those two lines meet, right under here, we're gonna do two curves. Now these two curves are gonna be the creases in Goofy's snout. His snout, we're doing the front view. Right here, the first curve, little curve there. And right underneath it, pretty close to that one, another curve. So we got curve number one, curve number two. A little bit below that, we're gonna draw an oval shape. That is like a circle stretched out. That's gonna be Goofy's nose. Now Goofy's nose is gonna be right here in the center area. So again, feel it out first if you must. And then once you feel confident, then you can go a little bit darker and draw Goofy's nose. I'm gonna talk a lot about the letter C, C as in cat, because a lot of the curves and shapes we're gonna make kind of look like the letter C. Okay, so think about that. So the first one we're gonna create is gonna be the dimples. That's gonna be the end of his mouth where he smiles, creates a little bit of a dimple, right? A little curve. So right here on the side of his face, by this circle, a letter C. Letter C curve. Now there's two sides to Goofy's face, so of course we need another one right here. Now we're gonna connect those two little curves that we just created with a longer curve right above the smaller ones. And switch my pencil here. And inside of that C shape, we're gonna create a slightly smaller version of that same curve. Hopefully you left a little bit of space for that. So right here, a little baby version. And right over here, another little baby version of that letter C. The next thing hopefully will be easy. Are you ready? From the center of that little baby curve, go down ever so slightly. So it looks almost like a little letter T. See? The smallest, little, cutest letter T. We're going to do the same thing right here on this little curve. A little line that goes down for the cutest little letter T. T as in Toy Story. Thank you. Right here underneath his mouth, we're gonna, where these lines connect, you're like, which line? There's so many lines here. Okay, fine. So just a little bit further down, if you want, you can create a little dot if it's gonna give you a good reference. Because the next line we're going to create is gonna be one of the longest lines and curves in the whole Goofy drawing. Are you ready for it? Okay, I'm gonna mimic it first, and then I'm actually gonna do it, okay? So we're gonna go from this letter T, we're gonna curve out, around, and then come back here. Are you ready? Let's do it. I'm so confident. We're gonna go down, around, and up here again. And yes, we do have to do that on the other side. So, right here, we're gonna go down, around, and come back up. So again, down, around, and then come back up. Whew. If you got that part done, you're good, you're good. Okay, now Goofy's teeth. His teeth are really interesting. They're not sharp. They're very much like like giant marshmallows. Everyone here knows what a marshmallow is? Okay, good. So think of that shape. So basically, the marshmallow means that it's rounded at the bottom. They're not going to be sharp. There's going to be a roundness to them. Okay. So right in the middle of, now we know this is the front of Goofy's mouth. Right here in the middle, we're going to draw a marshmallow shape, which is almost like a square, but it has to be kind of round. Keep a roundness to it. Right here again, in the middle here, another marshmallow. Sounds really good, marshmallow. I used to eat so many marshmallows when I was a kid. Anyway, didn't know you were supposed to. Okay, so marshmallow. Look at that. Now, most Disney characters look happier, cuter when they're smiling with their mouth open. So that's what we're going to do for Goofy. So, in order to have the inside of Goofy's mouth, we're going to create a curved shape like a letter U, U as in Uncle Scrooge. And we're going to go from this section here to this section here. Sometimes even the circle you created, guess what? You can use as a guide. So we're going to go from here and then connect to the other tooth. Connect the teeth. Now on the inside of his mouth, you would see his tongue. Now his tongue is going to be two little hills. So two little curves that are connected basically to each other. So we got one curve here, hill number one. And another little curve or hill here, hill number two, a little hill. Right below that shape that we just created, we're going to create a curve that starts from here, and then we're going to go up and touch the middle of the tooth on that side. from the middle of this tooth right here, we're gonna go down and curve, and then come back around to this section right here. So we're gonna go down, around, and up. You got the bottom of Goofy's mouth or his chin. How's everyone doing? We're good? Woo. It's halftime. Okay, so in order to indicate the inside of the mouth being darker, using the side of your pencil, we're gonna go ahead and shade in, fill in this area right here. So anything but the tongue, we're gonna go ahead and fill in using the side of your pencil. And that'll give it more dimension. It'll make it feel like something's coming forward or farther away. It gives it a little contrast. Okay, let's go ahead and draw Goofy's eyes. He needs eyes. So his eyes are interesting. They are like two oval shapes. Oval is like an elongated circle, but imagine if that circle stretched out even more than usual. That's the shape. Or, not to promote anything specifically, but it's gonna also look like a letter M of a certain fast food franchise may have eaten at yesterday. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it a little bit easier. I think if we do a letter V, V as in Vanellope Bunch Sweets, right here at the top of this circle, it's gonna help us. So if you do a letter V, little letter V, that will help with the shape that we're about to do. So from this section here to here, we're gonna go ahead and connect and make that weird oval shape we were talking about. So we're gonna go ahead and go up and then connect right there. Almost looks kind of like a candy cane. Sure. We'll do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna go from here, go up, up, curve, connect. Now, unlike Pluto, Goofy's eyes are one big weird shape where his pupils, the black part of the eye, kind of like reside. Pluto has two separate eyes, even though they're close together. Goofy just has one big shape for his eyes, which, makes it easier to draw. Sure. Let's think about that way. But the pupils, which is the black part of the eye, are also going to be a weird elongated oval shape. So right here, we're going to do the first shape. Think of like an egg, if it was like a weird stretchy egg. And then using the side of your pencil, you can go ahead and shade it in with black. Same thing here. Do that weird oval shape. And then go ahead and fill it in. The good thing about Goofy too, if the eyes are too close together or too far apart, he's Goofy, you're good. Okay, so now we're gonna do Goofy's eyebrows. His eyebrows really are just like a part of his head that protrude or stick out of his head. That's really what his eyebrows are. We're gonna draw that. So in order to do that, we're gonna curve from the side of the head here, and we're gonna go up above the eyes, and then come down ever so slightly. Same thing here. We're gonna come from the side of the right eye, come up, curve, and come down. And again, it looks like a, half of a heart. Now, hopefully what will be the easiest shape that you're gonna have to draw today, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the side of his head by just darkening those initial lines from the side of the circle that we use as a guideline. Now Goofy's ears come out from his side, and there's like this little bump that he has on the side where the ears come out. So we're gonna draw that now. And it's gonna look, again, like a letter C, So on this side, right here, think of a letter C, C as in cat. And on this side, the same thing, another but reverse, letter C. Now Goofy's ears are very interesting because his ears are very long. They kind of look like a raindrop, basically, very long raindrop, or almost like a hot dog coming down. Now they come from behind his head, so you don't draw them in front of his face, they come from behind. So you have to imagine that it's gonna be, part of the ear is gonna be covered. So rather than drawing it, you can kind of follow along and then draw the part you would actually see. So for example, from here, this is the bump. The ear would come down, I'm not gonna draw it. Oh, then I can start drawing it. And again, think of that shape like a long raindrop, teardrop, or like a hot dog. Same thing on this side. We're gonna think of that shape coming from behind his head, so we're not gonna draw it, but we're gonna follow along with the pencil. And just when we think this is where it should be, then you can start drawing that line going down and coming up, again in the shape of kind of a hot dog or a raindrop. Big, long raindrop. Now on the top of Goofy's head, he has 3 hairs that stick out. They're just about the same length, but it's also Goofy, so whatever length you do, you're fine. Don't overthink it too much, just have fun with it. From here, from the top, don't think about it too much, just to the side. Go 1, 2, 3, done. Done. None of that. Second, no, just go for it. Just go for it. Sometimes when you're drawing, it's better to not elaborate too much. Just kind of go for it and then fix it later. And now for Goofy's hat. He needs his hat, Goofy's iconic hat. Although he didn't really wear it in the Goofy movie. But anyway, for most of his cartoons, we know him to have that hat. Now, his hat's a weird shape. I don't think I've ever seen a hat that looks like that ever in my life, so I don't know, I'm sure it's based on something. But the way that I can break it down to maybe like make it like something that you think, Goofy is a dog, right? Is he? Sure, he's a dog. And also Pluto. Oh, this is another conversation for another day. But let's think of his hat, if he's a dog, as 3 parts of doggy-related things. The bottom of his hat is like a doggy bowl. The middle is like a doggy collar. And the top is like a bone. It meant like a bone inside of the doggy bowl with a collar. That's what we're trying to draw. Let's go step by step on that. So, right here, we're gonna go up with a curved line that goes like that. Now he gets really good reception. And then on this side, we're gonna do the same. Just a line that kind of curves up to the side. Alien Goofy. And then the shape we're gonna do now also looks like a letter C. What we're going to do is we're gonna go from here. I'm gonna mimic it first. We're gonna go up, around, and touch the side. Again, we're gonna go from the middle here, go around, up, and touch the side. And that's a little doggy bowl. For the next part, we're gonna draw the doggy collar, so to speak. Not right here, but more like if it was inside of the hat. So right about here, another line that goes up, and another line about here that goes up. And then, with a curve, we can close that off. Now, to finish the top part of Goofy's hat is going to be 2 letter C's together. But they're going to be the weirdest, curviest letter C's you've ever seen. Because again, think of a bone, right? Like a cartoon, like a very cartoony bone. That's kind of that shape that we're going to try to draw. So, we're going to go up a little bit more here on these lines. Just a little bit. And then from the side here, we're going to go up and around to the middle. And then from this side here, we're gonna go up and around to the middle. See how I didn't give myself enough space on the paper? What a rookie mistake. You would think I haven't done this before. But that happens all the time, you know? I guess I was thinking of drawing the Goofy that doesn't wear the hat. Oops. Okay, so from here, we go up, around, and towards the middle. And from this spot here, and I'm gonna draw the table now. Okay. I'm kidding. We're gonna go to the middle here. This Goofy has such a big personality, it just comes right out of the page, right? To make a few of these elements and details stand out, we're gonna go ahead and use the side of our pencil and darken those parts. So, usually the middle part of Goofy's hat's a little darker, so let's go ahead and shade that in. Goofy's nose also is darker. It doesn't have to be super dark, just enough to give an indication that that area is a darker area on Goofy. The inside of his face, head, here, fur, question mark. And of course, his ears. And see, it can be sketchy, it doesn't have to be too elaborate. Because after all, this is just a sketch. And then we can go ahead and darken those lines that we wanted to fix. If there's anything that we wanted to make a little darker, make a little bit more detail, we can go ahead and do that. So that way it stands out. Okay. Here we go. And sometimes Goofy has a little bit of stubble. So you can, add a little stubble there, little hairs. Oops. Goofy, we had an audience, you should have shaved. Oh well, we still love him anyway. And in the old cartoons, he even has like 2 little hairs coming out of his ears. There's additional details. I think they probably took that out because the more details a character has, the more you have to draw in animation. And 24 frames per second, you want to simplify your characters. But last but not least, the most important thing of any artwork, you sign it. Because now you're all honorary Animation Academy artists. So give yourselves a big round of applause. And please sign your artwork so nobody takes credit for your amazing masterpiece you just created. And I hope you had a great time here at the Animation Academy, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day.
For more tips for your trips, please like and subscribe.